DDO Players Gen Con coverage is brought to you by our friends at the Skull Splitter Dice Company. SkullSplitterDice.com for all of your dice needs. Metal dice, regular dice, dice in between. SkullSplitterDice.com has your dice needs covered. If you are a brand new customer, mention DDO Players and you're going to get a free set of dice.
Hey everybody, DDO Players, we are at Gen Con 2019. We have made it to the booth of the Op. That's right. We are with Ross from the Op. I like how that kind of rhymes, Ross from the Op.
I mean, that's why when you asked, I was like, it's Ross from the Op.
So how was your guys' Gen Con?
Gen Con has been awesome for us. We have been slammed, we have been packed, we have been playing games all con. It has been so good. We've had our Die Hard activation going on. We've had John McClane at the booth. He's trying to keep the vault safe from everybody in line, trying to get different stuff. We've had a couple guys winning and crack the code too. It's been pretty good. They're getting cool little Die Hard crunch bars as well. It's been very neat. We're running demos of a bunch of new games, a lot of games that are out. We've sold out of a whole bunch of things. It's been really good for us. We are here celebrating our 25 years as a company, which is great. Hence the new Op, the new name, the new look, all these great things. Super cool. Yeah, we're just really happy to be here part of Gen Con. A lot of good stuff's going on.
And you guys do have a lot of new games coming out.
We're about to go through it.
And we are conveniently standing in front of a table that has them.
Yeah, it's super good. The cool thing is Zoe's going to bring me a box of Die Hard right now. Right? Maybe so, maybe not. All good. I was here before, it'll be good. So on that.
Eventually it'll
appear. Eventually a Die Hard box might appear in front of me. It'll be so good. We'll see what happens, right? So as we're going to that, look at that! Yay! That was my bet. Thank you so much, team. You're the best! And look at that great teamwork we have here at the Op as we go around doing our things. That's pretty funny. We should keep that.
We will. I like that.
Cool. So for our first game, let's go into it. So we got Die Hard, the Nakatomi Heist board game. This has been our biggest game here at the show. It has been fantastic. We've been rocking it. So it's a one versus all game where you play as John McClane versus the Thieves. So the Thieves are working as a team, and there's a main thief token, and so every turn they're going to be playing cards. So they're going to be fighting against John McClane and also unlocking the vault. And then John's going to be fighting against them, trying to get a machine gun, trying to get some shoes, trying to get different stuff. The game has 3 acts to it. In the first act, it's the one board, and you're going to be doing all kinds of different stuff. Act 2 is going to flip open on the board, and then you're going to be on the next floor there, and the thieves are trying to shoot down John. They've got glass they can shoot. There's RPG to shoot all kinds of police cars. Then in Act 3 you're on the roof, FBI guys rolling in, and then eventually you end up on floor 30 where you're going to fight Hans. So,
and then that's a double-sided game board, right?
It's a full-sided game board, so you're flipping through. It's going to Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
Gotcha.
It's pretty cool, and with that as well, you're going to be doing so John's got one deck for the whole game, and so as he gets injured, he's losing cards out of his deck. It's kind of a big deal. And then the Thieves are going to keep unlocking the different vault codes, and so John's going to rush to make sure that they don't get the vault and do all that.
And that is a 2 to 4 player?
2 to 4 player game. It is $40, and it's already out in stores right now.
That was going to be my next question. You read my mind.
Yeah, it's already out in stores right now. One of our next games doing really well right now is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle Defense Against the Dark Arts. So that game, if you know our Hogwarts Battle game, which is super cool, this is our our competitive 2-player version. And in this one, you are playing as different students in Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, or Slytherin. In this one, you're getting items, allies, and characters and spells. What you're going to be doing in there is you're building up your deck in the same deck building fashion you know and love. And that one, you're going to be getting all kinds of cool stuff because you want to push the student off the board.
Okay.
So attack cards are used to push them back. Health cards are used to heal you up. And then you've got all kinds of cool allies that can stay out and do things like that.
Right.
First person to win 3 wins the game. But we've also added a lot of cool stuff to it. We've added hexes to the game. So you've got spells and hexes that you can add in. And those things are going to be fighting, but you can make them discard cards, lose turns, all kinds of cool stuff.
Excellent. And what's the player count? 2 players?
So it's 2 players. Also, there's also faction-based cards in the game too. So there's Gryffindor spells, Hufflepuff items, all kinds of cool stuff that are unique to your house. So as you're getting those things, so Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle Defense Against the Dark Arts is available in stores right now. It's also sold out here at the show, which is super cool.
That's
$25. It's a great game. Very cool. Along with that, we have another game that we've previewed, not available yet, but it's Munchkin Disney DuckTales. Woo!
Love the DuckTales.
Oh yeah. So in this game, you are playing as Huey, Dewey, Louie, Webby, Lunchpad McQuack, and Scrooge McDuck. And you're going through and you're rewriting history and solving mysteries. I mean, no. You're playing Munchkin. And so in the game, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be fighting against all different kinds of villains, using all kinds of items you know and love from the classic Munchkin DuckTales world. And in that one, you're going to be trying to get more gold, doing more things, and fighting against villains to make sure that you can win the game and get to level 10 before your other players do. This game's going to be out later in the fall. It's not available now. And it's just going to be with the card version. We are very excited to be a part of that with Steve Jackson Games. Always a blast.
Always love Munchkin.
So, along with that, we have another game that we've previewed. It is going to be our Geek Out Disney. So with this game, it's a trivia-based party game. So there's going to be cards that are come out, and it could be like, can you name 2 songs from Aladdin, or can you name 3 fantasy dwarves in Disney? So you'd be like, oh, cool, I could name 3 dwarves, and then it's like, but if you could name 3, you could name 4. I'm like, well, I could name 7, right?
Gotcha.
Oh, I could name 8. So then you'd be like, okay, cool, name that 8, right? You'd be like Sleepy, Doc, Grumpy, Dopey, Happy, crap, Gimli. Wait, wrong one, right?
Yeah,
so,
right.
And there we go. So if the first person to 5 points wins the game, but you can get negative points too. So every time you win a question, you get a point.
Gotcha.
So it's got 750 questions, all based in songs, characters, films, all kinds of cool stuff. This will be out later in the fall. We're very, very excited for it.
And that's 2 to
99 players. Look at that right there on the board there, right?
There you go, right there.
Yeah. So along with that, we have another game coming out. It's going to be Toy Story, Obstacles and Adventures, a cooperative deck building game. This is one of the first hobby games from Disney Pixar's Toy Story. So in this game, it's a cooperative game where you're playing as Woody, Jesse, Buzz, Rex, and Bo Peep. And you're playing through all the movies of Toy Story. There's the 4 full-feature films and the 2 animated shorts. So in our Hogwarts Battle game, same thing with this one for Toy Story, you're playing in different games and they add to it. So in the first one, they're playing through and they're going to be fighting against Sid. Except they really don't fight. They're worried about more like coming over obstacles and things like that. So in the first one, they've got to make sure they don't get caught in the big one or get trapped under a crate. Or there's 1, 2 where they have to struggle with jealousy. So as they're going through these things, they're going to get different tokens and items to help them make sure they can overcome all those things that are there so they can work through each one. There's also different track cards that'll help you through, kind of guide you through either kind of the thematic play of those things as they go along. We also really play into the cooperative nature of the game. There's a lot of cards that encourage you to play up the synergies with cards in other players' hands.
Okay.
So, like as you have more army men in your deck in your hand, if I play one and you have one in your hand, it'll do an extra ability. Very cool.
Gotcha.
Along with it kind of being like a my first deck builder, it's a hobby intense game. My buddies, we all played through Hogwarts Battle like 1 through 8. Played the first game and we're like, oh my gosh, super hard. Only because the math is a little different. You're so used to how a certain game plays.
Right.
So very similar engine, but we have definitely made a lot of changes and improvements and fun ways to kind of like enhance the game for a Toy Story feel. So it'll be coming out later in the fall. We are very excited for it. Along with that, we can zoom up and take a look at Harry Potter Death Eaters Rising. So with this game here, we've got a Harry Potter game where we're going to be doing plays off our Thanos Rising engine with our Rising game there. So it's a cooperative dice engine building game. So you're going to be playing as wizards against Voldemort and his Death Eaters. And you're going to be acquiring different heroes, characters, and items all in the wizarding world. You're going to be rolling those dice and trying to stop them from corrupting locations, and then you could actually directly attack Voldemort in this game. In Thanos Rising, you couldn't really attack Thanos. Right. It was more about just stopping him from trying to get the gauntlet. In this one, you can try to save locations, you can fight Voldemort, you can do all kinds of cool things.
I was going to ask you if there was any difference between the two.
Yeah.
Apparently there is a ton.
Totally. We have added a lot in to make sure it's its own unique experience while also capturing the same feel of Rising, and then for a wonderful Harry Potter experience.
And when is that one going to be available?
It's going to be out later in the fall, which we are super excited for as well. Along with that, we're going to go over to Talisman Kingdom Hearts. We're really sorry that Jake's doing a thing there. We're going to go, and here we go, looking at Talisman Kingdom Hearts. So in this game, we have partnered up with Games Workshop for 2 awesome Talisman games. So our first one we have is Batman Talisman, which is the Super Villains Edition. Okay. So you're playing as Batman's Rogues Gallery team as you are fighting against each other to become King of Arkham.
Nice.
But now in this one, what we're doing is we are working as all the characters from the first Kingdom Hearts game, and you're playing through, and you want to close the door to darkness and make sure the Heartless cannot take over the universe. So you're going to work through as Donald, Sora, King Mickey, all those great characters, and you're going to roll and move in this thing, pick up the card, do what it says, and and you're going to be doing all kinds of cool side quests and raising up your stats. You have abilities for strength and for magic, and you want to raise them up to make sure that you have enough abilities to be able to finally defeat the Door to Darkness. So Talisman, as we all know, is a classic, wonderful adventure game. It can take kind of an afternoon if you feel like it. We've added a lot of cool ways to kind of help streamline the game, make it go a little bit quicker. There's a lot more travel ways you can do to add more things to help move across the board, deal with more things as we're getting to all the different places that are on the board. This is the first board game for Kingdom Hearts, and we're very excited to be a part of it. It's all custom illustrated art, very, very fun. Elisa Teague did a great job putting this game together with our team, and it's great stuff.
I tell you, one thing you guys do is you handle IPs and you turn them into wonderful games.
Thank you.
The way you do your IP games, I think, is different than a lot of people, and it sounds like it's just in the way you approach doing the IP.
Well, one of the things that we really want to make sure that we're doing is we really want to make sure that we tell a story, and it's going to have a storytelling aspect to it. So when we find a game and we're trying to either have our own design or different things, we want to make sure that it lines up really well, and then we can tell a story through and through. And it's not just finding, where this fits right there. It's what's happening on the board. Is engaging? Are we sure that it's going to really feel of the iconic things that we all know and love?
And that makes sense. And when is the Talisman Kingdom Hearts going to be available?
Talisman Kingdom Hearts is going to be coming out later in the fall, and Batman Super Villains Edition is already available in stores right now.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, thanks, Ross, for your time today, and enjoy the rest of your Gen Con.
Thank you so much. Have a great day. And be sure you can always find us on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and on our new website for theop.games.